Welcome to First Talk. I'm Qwon Moses, and I hope y'all have a great spring break this week. And we have a great show for you tonight. First, you all know him as an American football coach, former professional football and baseball player. He played in the NFL for 14 seasons, 5 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons, 1 season with the San Francisco 49ers, 5 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, and um, 1 season with the Washington Redskins, and 2 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens. He played as a cornerback and return specialist. He was the first player to be referred to as a shutdown corner. Now, Deion Sanders is interviewed on today's show to talk about his experience as head coach at the University of Colorado, dealing with life-threatening blood clots, the power of manifestation, and how he's prepared to be a grandfather. Then you all know him as an American rapper and record exclusive. He is credited along with fellow Atlanta-based rappers T.I. and Jeezy would pioneer the hip-hop subgenre trap music for a mainstream audience into the 2000s. He released 16 albums that landed to number 1 on 2 albums on the Billboard Hot R&B hip-hop charts, including another album which landed to number 1 on the Billboard Rap Albums Chart. Also, he had 5 top 40s, 2 top 20s, so as his first number 1 song with Rae Sremmurd, Black Beatles, and he spent years in jail from 2001 to 2014 for several charges that he committed. Now, Gucci Mane has an interview with Level and Lives, Neima Abdulahi, Neima Abdulahi, to talk about his life on making it big and the challenges he faced along the way. Finally, the Grammy Award winning recorded artist Usher performs a new song off his new album, Coming Home. And plus, he has an interview coming your way, so please don't go away. We'll be right back with an interview from Deion Sanders, and they sponsor for Pepsi and Diet Pepsi.
Let's go! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Football time! Set the tone! Kyle, tie your shoes, tie your shoes. Yeah, good job! Woo! Yeah!
Grab a Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild.
This is the Diet Pepsi that was right for Rae and looks good in a can, in a bottle, or an extreme close-up. This is the Diet Pepsi your mom drank when she was young and drinks now that she's...
Don't you dare.
This is the Diet Pepsi that is always the right one.
Welcome back. Now, our first guest is an American football coach, former professional football and baseball player. He played in the NFL for 14 seasons, 5 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons, 1 season with the San Francisco 49ers, 5 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys, 1 season with the Washington Redskins, and 2 seasons with the Baltimore Ravens. He played as a quarterback and return specialist. He was the first player to be referred to as a shutdown corner. Now, Deion Sanders is ready to be interviewed on today's show to talk about his experience as head coach at the University of Colorado. But he was dealing with life-threatening blood clots, the power of manifestation, and how he's preparing to be a grandfather. Let's watch and see what happens.
You looking good, by the way.
Oh, that's high praise coming from you. Thank you. You always look good. Thanks for being here. Book's out now. I just started reading it. I'm almost finished. when I read the book, it sounds like I'm listening to you in the
I
locker
like
room.
that because we have the audio version as well.
Yeah.
Franklin did the music up under, so I want you to feel it. I want to motivate you and inspire you. I want you to feel like I'm right there behind you. Don't everybody needs a coach?
Yes.
Some of the most prolific persons to ever walk this earth, some were athletes.
Yeah.
They all had a coach. Why can't you have a coach? Why can't I be your coach?
Amen. Thank you for being my coach. And, and it really is. It's like it's this playbook for life.
Yeah.
Was that the idea?
That was the intent, because John Maxwell told me something so powerful last week. He was like, I wrote books so that I could reach people that I wouldn't normally be able to reach. So through this mechanism, I could touch you, I could inspire you, I could encourage you, and I'm not even there. And I love that aspect.
You also write about some dark moments in your life.
Tremendously.
The time you almost died by suicide.
Yes.
When you were at a low point. You
Yes.
write about some of the other hardships, some of
Right.
the health issues that you've had
Yes.
in recent years.
But it's not all about
It is not.
I just want people, I want to share my trials and tribulations so that you can understand how I overcame them.
Yeah.
Tremendously.
Let's
That's
talk-
why like 21 ways, like John Maxwell, 21 infutable ways of leadership.
That number 21, by the way,
Yeah.
I know you wore it on a number of the teams you played for over the years.
Yeah.
It's 21's in the title here. What's the
21.
significance of that number?
If you do something for 21 days,
Yeah.
you're going to develop a habit. Yeah, and 21 is like number 2 in my program and number 1 in your heart. That's why I chose it when I reached the NFL.
Let's talk about Colorado and what you've done out there.
I love it.
You took a team that was 1-11, come out this season out of the gate 3-0.
Yeah.
It was the biggest story in sports. And then the prime numbers, it's called the prime effect.
Right.
Applications up 20%. Merchandise sales.
It should be 21. I didn't just give me 21%.
Merchandise sales up 820%. First time the season ticket sold out 27 years.
Home and away.
Home and away.
Yeah.
And then you dropped 8 of the last 9.
Yeah.
What happened?
We weren't prepared. We didn't have the ability inside the locker room and at some of the positions, including myself. So this year we're ready. We reloaded. We revamped. We went and got those places where we had lack thereof, like the offense and defensive line. Now we're prepared, and I cannot wait till this season to play in the Big 12.
Sounds like you're excited.
I'm excited.
You're predicting what?
And this is my last year with my sons. They're going to pro.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great year.
And by the way, speaking of your family, I heard little birdie told me you're about to be a grandfather.
I don't want to be a grandfather right now.
No,
I'm too young to be a grandfather right now. I'm too able to be a grandfather. Can you imagine somebody calling me granddad?
What are they going to call you?
That yet. I don't know.
Granddad Prime.
Yeah, Grandpa Prime. I don't even. It don't even sound right. It don't fit.
But it's happening.
It is.
Congratulations.
And I'm happy about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I want you to read a portion of the book for our viewers and listeners at home. Not a whole lot because we want people to buy the book, but read a portion of it in that Deion voice.
I got you.
Okay.
I wish I had some background music because it would just make it so much more applicable. Don't dream average. Dream big. Don't just maintain. Innovate and separate yourself from others. Do it in a way it has never been done before. Don't you just settle for getting by. Leave it much better than you found it. Make it where people will admire your handiwork and know that your efforts were truly special. You don't like the way something looks? Well, darn it, change it. Change the landscape. Today, right now.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen.
Coach Prime is back, third hour, and again, that new book is called Elevate and Dominate, and as he pointed out, it's also available in audiobook form.
Yeah.
Hey.
We gave you the good music this morning. This morning we are catching up with one of the greatest athletes to ever lace up a pair of cleats. Deion Sanders was electric on the football field, a two-time Super Bowl champ and Pro Football Hall of Famer.
Well, now he's passing on wisdom as head coach at the University of Colorado, where he has become known as Coach Prime.
Went from Deion to prime time. Now it's just prime.
Now just prime.
Fortunately for us, he's also sharing that wisdom in a new book. It's called Elevate and Dominate, 21 Ways to Win On and Off the Field. Coach, we are honored to have you back.
Absolutely.
I even have a chapter for Al.
Oh.
Because Al has been a pillar of consistency throughout the years, right?
That is
I have a chapter called Your Uniform Matters. Looking your best will always help your situation. Looking good is an investment in you. If you're someone who wears a formal uniform, take pride in that. And then in conclusion, now that you look good, I need you to feel good. Now it's time to act good. And that's who he is.
Oh, I love it. A pillar of consistency.
I'm reading the book. You left off a part about that. You dress good, you play good.
Yeah.
You play good, they
pay good.
Oh, well now. That also helps.
Coach, who is the book for? Who should read this book?
Everybody and anybody that wants to elevate and go to the next level.
I love that.
And we all have a life full of, not full of, but we have inconsistency in some aspects of our life. But we all want to go to the next level. And oftentimes we don't have a coach or someone to push it.
Yeah.
We don't work out like we should work out without a trainer.
Yeah.
We don't go running like we should run without an accomplish that. We need someone to hold us accountable. And I'm trying to be that coach for you, man.
I love that.
I'm in.
I admire you. Even on Instagram, sometimes if we need a boost, your speeches and all the things. And you keep dreaming too. I was just reading this morning. You have a new dream to become the first black coach to win a national championship.
Yes.
You have your two boys, Shadur and Shiloh, right? Shadur and Shiloh, playing for you at the University of Colorado. What is this like for you this season with your boys?
This is it. First of all, this is it. This is the last one. I've been coaching them since they came out the womb. So now this is the last one. So it's going to be emotional. It's going to be trying, and they're going to elevate to the next and dominate and go to the next level, which is the NFL. But I'm happy.
How do you coach and dad? Or does it all?
It's easy. I've been doing it my whole life. I don't know
it's all part of it.
Because it's not just those two that I feel like are my sons. I feel like every kid on there is my son, because the parents employed me to not only make them a professional football player, but make them a professional, period. And if you bring me a boy, I'm going to return a man to you.
I have two boys for you. This is great.
I got you.
I was like, no, I just bring it back to me all, together.
We've heard those phrases, vision boards, manifestation, putting it out in the universe. You are a big proponent of visualization.
Right.
What does that do for you?
If I see it, I can believe it. And if I believe it, then I can see it. God has showed me so many things in life. And there's so many plays being made. When I played for the Atlanta Falcons, and then I went over to San Francisco and was going back to play Atlanta, I saw it on the plane. I saw a vision of me intercepting the ball, going down the sideline, high-stepping and looking at my opponents.
You visualize.
I said that to my GM on the way to Atlanta. And guess what happened throughout the game? It happened. I saw it. So we all have glimpses of success, or glimpses of where we want to derive in this world. But you got to put the work in it to make it happen. You got to make it transparent and position yourself accordingly.
You see, this is how.
I know.
This is how he took a 1-11 team and won the first 2 games.
Because you believe that you can.
But you convince other people.
But I totally believe. I never doubt. You can never doubt you. If you don't believe in you, who else will?
Where's the line between self-confidence and just, he's arrogant?
That's on you, because my confidence can't offend your insecurity.
Wow.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on you.
Man, in the book, you write about your faith. You write about some of the dark times in your life as well. I mean, you really, it's not an autobiography.
No.
But you use some of what's happened to you to inspire other folks.
Navigational system.
I like that.
Yeah, I can't take you where I had been.
Yeah. How's your health? You talk about that a little bit.
I'm walking with a limp, but I'm getting there.
For folks who don't know, you had some health issues.
Yeah, I had blood clots.
I had some blood clots.
And it was life-threatening. Yep. Then it was leg-threatening. Yep. Then it was foot-threatening. Then I had 2 toes amputated. So I'm coming up short, but I'm still walking strong.
There you go. We have that in common. We both had blood clots.
Wow.
And, it was pretty serious. But the other thing is that I think we will have in common is you're about to become a grandpa.
I don't like that, though.
Why not?
No, but
Why not?
No, you should embrace
I like it because I love my daughter. First of all, I'm proud that she's 34. She'll be 34 momentarily. Okay. So I'm happy that she's ready and she's prepared, and it's a blessing.
Yes.
But I don't know if I'm ready to be a granddad.
Grandpa Prime.
Yes.
Grandpa Prime.
We got something for Grandpa Prime.
It don't sound right.
I understand your favorite book.
That's my favorite book. Besides the Bible. That's my favorite book.
The Little Engine That Could.
Oh, my God.
And we got a little Today Show, third hour Today Show.
Y'all ain't no good. Y'all ain't no good. You know that's right. That's not right.
There you go. Papa Prime.
Papa Prime. You ain't right now.
Deion Sanders.
Papa Prime.
Papa Prime in the house. Thanks for stopping by. I can see the T-shirt now. Papa Prime. 21 Ways to Win on and Off the Field is out now. By the way, that Papa Prime, if it comes up on a T-shirt, don't think it won't. Make sure you get your cup.
Don't think it won't.
Everybody's gonna want it.
Hey, license that.
Papa Prime.
Papa Prime. That's so funny. Thank you, Deion Sanders, for this nice interview. And coming up, American rapper and recorded exclusive Gucci Mane talks about his life on making it big and the challenges he faced along the way. You don't want to miss his first big interview. Exclusive. When First Talk continues in a moment.
With family and friends. That's why AT&T saves you 60% on long distance every weekend, and they don't stop at savings. They give you service, too. Calling from anywhere to anywhere. Operator service, calls that sound as close as you feel, and 60% off. Joe, you'd make it somehow. Savings and service. That's AT&T. The more you hear, the better we sound.
Polaroid visited Conroe, Texas, where Mark Peters used a Polaroid instant camera for the first time. Stop the action good.
You just started today and you got these pictures.
That's right. Oh, that's a vivid color. They're real sharp and they're real clear. I am really not that good looking. You can make friends with the camera. Everyone that I showed their pictures to, it really brightened up their day.
Come on, America. Discover today's Polaroid instant pictures.
They wish I'd taken their wedding pictures. That was quite a compliment to the camera and me.
Do you want an easy way to...
We're back. Our next guest is American rapper and record exclusive. He is credited along with fellow Atlanta-based rappers T.I. and Jeezy with pioneer the hip-hop subgenre trap music for mainstream audiences into the 2000s. He released 16 albums and landed to number 1 on 2 albums on the Billboard Hot R&B hip-hop charts, including another album which landed to number 1 on the Billboard Rap Albums Chart. He had 5 top 40s, 2 top 20s, so as his first number 1 with Rae Sremmurd, Black Beatles, and he spent years in jail from 2001 to 2014. for several charges that he committed. Now, Gucci Mane has an interview exclusive for the first time on First Talk with 11 Alive's Neima Abdulahi to talk about his life on making it big and the challenges he faced along the way. Watch and see what his story looked like.
My first question is, what first got you interested in music? Who inspired you to become a rapper?
What inspired me? I always liked music, even from just growing up, being in the church. I always just liked music in general. You know what I'm saying? It's just so I guess my family was my big influence. Just my granddad, my mom, my brothers, all the stuff that they played. You know what I'm saying? It just made me just have a love for music.
And around the same time you were coming out, there was them Franchise Boys, Fabo. There was all these Atlanta artists who were a new class of music that was different than the old school hip-hop scene in Atlanta. What was it like being part of the evolution of a new sound and a new style in Atlanta?
I feel like,
Trap wasn't a thing yet.
Trap wasn't a thing, but at the same time, every generation gonna have to put their own spin to music and make something new to them. Trap was a part of my generation and what was coming up, but at the same time, like, even when Atlanta was doing all the dance music with, DJ Kids Rock and Kilo, I was a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when I was going to the club. That's when I was coming up. So, and then when it went to snap music and now it's doing, kind of like bubblegum music, everybody want their own thing. You know what I'm saying? My generation had the trap that we were doing. Now the kids don't do the same thing that we was doing, so, the music then flipped again.
How did East Atlanta influence your music? Because you shout out Zone 6 any chance you're given. What was it like growing up, and how did your community influence you as an artist?
I always put Zone 6 in my music, and I'm always shouting it out because it was like that was the biggest encouragement. Like, that's what made me, they backed me before anybody. When I made my first CD and came back and played it in the neighborhood, they the ones who were like, man, this is good, you know what I'm saying? They made me feel like, because I didn't even believe. I thought it was a joke. But when they were so like, man, this is good, you can do it, that just gave me that push to really, take it serious.
And what was it like creating your own lane? I mean, as an artist who is now successful, who's very versatile, and who's considered one of the biggest artists in the hip-hop industry, the road wasn't easy. What was it like getting that respect, that credibility, and that clout of, stardom?
I'm proud of it. It was a huge accomplishment. Like, like you said, it wasn't easy. It was a lot of hurdles, and it wasn't no straight path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fell down, you know what I'm saying? I had to get up and brush myself out, but I just think, like, in general, I'm a resilient person. So, as far as, like, my career, it's just an example of how to just be resilient, how to keep, pushing. Every time they shut a door or I just detoured and made another route, you know what I'm saying? No matter what happened, if you really want it, you got to find a way to get the people's attention. You got to find a way to hold their attention.
And how did you find that? Because a lot of people think that it's easy to become a rapper, it's easy to become a superstar, but what are those challenges you face to become who you are today?
I kind of had a different strategy. I kind of always just roll with the punches. Like if I didn't have a DJ, then that means I would make a CD and perform off the CD. If I didn't have cover art, I would, if I didn't have a digital team or something, I'll take a picture with a digital camera and kind of do it myself. I was forced to do everything myself, and it was hard, but it showed me how to run a label. It showed me how to run a studio. Everything that they did that I thought was such a setback, in the end of the day, it made me a better artist. It turned me to an executive, even when I was just being an independent artist.
And a lot of people and a lot of fans would say, since you came out of jail, you're a brand new Gucci. You rebranded yourself. What did jail time do for you? Was it time to really hone in on your talent? What was that experience like in your transformation?
I feel like the prison time, it's not a brand new me. This is how I always been, but I was just, I was on such a destructive path. It gave me time, when it just was away from me, it made me grateful and appreciative. Like, you got an opportunity that a lot of people wish that they had, that a lot of people are, working for every day. And now that you got a chance to do it, you got to appreciate it. I really took it for granted, and I felt like that's why, I was going through so much, because I didn't appreciate it.
You seem really humble and grounded. Tell me about that experience.
I think it's just a part of just, growing old. Like, when I came in the game, I was 25. I'm 37 now. So, a lot of things that used to fascinate me, it just doesn't fascinate me no more. You know what I'm saying? I see things as, what it is. It's a job. At the same time, I'm doing a job that I love to do. So, I'm happy about it. So it's like ain't no need to trying to fake like I'm not happy about it. I'm excited every day to get up and do my job. You know what I'm saying? It brings me pleasure, and I get a sense of achievement, you know what I'm saying, going to the studio and mentoring new artists and seeing people, you know what I'm saying, react good to the songs that I make. So I think that people just can see that in my character. They can just see that now in just the way I approach everything.
So you no longer drink, you no longer do anything. Tell me about this sober version of you.
Well, I haven't done drugs in over 4 years, and I feel like it just gives me clarity. You know what I'm saying? It feel like it make my music even better because it makes me handle business better, and I get so much done in a day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, I feel like I would not even feel like I'm a walking business. I'm a walking corporation. You know what I'm saying? And so many people eat off of me and eat when you know what I'm saying? So it's like I take on such a huge responsibility. I don't have time to be off track right now.
What would you say your brand is? What is your legacy? If you could kind of sum it up with your overall experience in the hip-hop game.
I say my legacy is just the story of the underdog. Somebody who, was thrown so many hurdles and jumped them, and at the same time, I always tried to help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? If I'm known, I want to be known for somebody that I always, try to help the young artists, never try to, high side on anybody. I feel like it was too good to work with somebody because, they wasn't as known as me. Because people did that to me. So I always made it my job to be like, I'm always embrace the new producer. I'm always embrace the new DJ. I'm always embrace the up-and-coming artists.
What community in Zone 6 did you grow up in?
Boulder Crest, Moreland. We bounced around. When I originally moved to Georgia, I stayed on Boulder Crest at the Knights Inn Hotel. And then from there, we moved to Custer Avenue. And from Custer Avenue, we moved to Boulder Crest and Sun Valley. So it's just, 2-3 streets over, like that whole just East Atlanta, Boulder Crest Road area. Like, I made my name now.
And what was that experience like? What did you witness that made you want to become a rapper and get out of that lifestyle and, be a successful person?
I'm always screaming Zone 6 and rapping about it, and people can't wait. It's like a tourist attraction now for somebody not from Atlanta. But it wasn't glamorous. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. When I was going, I rap about it because I'm proud that I came from that and this is what I'm doing now, but it was hard. It was hard. You know what I'm saying? Seeing, growing up, poor, eviction notices on the door, can't eat till you get a free lunch at school, all that stuff, every day feeling like you don't know if the light's going to be on, it's just such, you feel so proud if you make it out of there and you just a multi-millionaire and you can help somebody else and tell somebody. It's like a testimony.
And when you meet your fans and they're able to rap every single one of your songs word by word, when you meet those kind of fans, how do you react to that when they show you that kind of love?
It still amazes me. It still amazes me that people, that me being the age that I am, and it's still kids who 17, 18, 20 years younger than me, and I'm their favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? I met somebody today and they told me, Gucci, I growed up to your music. So these are things how I feel about other artists. So I'm just, it's humbling.
Your career has been all over the news, whether it's your run-ins, your courtroom hearings, or your music. When you reflect on that, what are your thoughts on just how public your life has been?
I feel like at the same time, like I was thinking about that when I came here. Like, last time I was on 11 Alive, it wasn't for, it wasn't the same kind of thing. But, you gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just as proud of all the good things that I've done. I'm proud that I went through what I went through and I'm here now. They're part of my history. You know what I'm saying? So I embrace it. It's my war wounds. It was keep me going and keep me grounded now. I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't went through that. So I look back on that sometimes and I just think, look how far you didn't come. Look what you done been through. You know what I'm saying? You still here.
A lot of young artists would think, they have to live the lyrics that rappers are rapping about. When you meet young artists, do you warn them about the dangers of the hip-hop game of trying to personify the lyrics and trying to be about that life,
When I come in, I mentor artists. You know what I'm saying? I got some close friends, young artists, and I tell them, listen, I'm not trying to be cool. This ain't no slang. This ain't about trying to be hip. I'm telling you this like an older brother. This is what I went through. I bumped my heads. It was hard. It was a challenge. you don't got to do that. That's how I talk to them. You know, I try to like cut all the playing out and just talk to them serious. You know what I'm saying? Because I be wanting them to know like you can really just throw all this stuff away. You know what I'm saying? And it don't take nothing but one mistake. So I always tell them that any chance I can get.
I was actually interviewing Bankroll Fresh's family, and they're still doing the music thing despite all that they've went through. Did that incident of what happened last year really touch you? You know, how did you react to that?
It was painful because I knew Bankroll Fresh, you know what I'm saying? I watched him since when he was like 17 years old. I was already helping him and working with him, you know what I'm saying? So I was proud of him, but I never got a chance to see him at the level he was at because I was locked up. So right before I came home, when he got killed, I was still in prison. So when I got the news, you know, it broke my heart.
From the time you started in this business to right now, how does what becomes a hit record change? You know, what's the litmus test to making a hit record? Has it changed over the time period of you being an artist?
I felt like, you know...
Because you were burning, what, CDs back then?
Yes, definitely.
And now it's just MP3 emailing to program directors?
It's different the way that people get their music heard and the way that it's consumed, as far as like with the screaming and I guess like burning cassettes. But at the end of the day, it got to sound good. It always goes back to it. Like, when I came in the game, it was a lot of people that could, you know, like was so... articulate the way they rap and just prolific and just with words and just with vocabulary. But me, that wasn't, you know, so that wasn't my like one of my big strong parts of what I do. So I just tried to make something that was jamming, that people could hear and they just like it. And I feel like that's what a lot of artists do now. Not saying that they got it from me, but they just making something that sound good. You know what I'm saying? They might don't make the most lyrical rap, I guess, like, you know what I'm saying, what we were used to. But it sound good, because if it didn't sound good, people wouldn't like it, because it's 1 million people rapping. So for somebody, you know what I'm saying, to have a fan base and people want to hear it and scream that music millions and millions of times, evidently somebody's taking a liking to it.
How often do you record?
I record in like periodically, like I might record 4 or 5 times out this week, and then I may don't record none next week. So maybe like, I say 2 weeks out every month.
A lot of people would blame hip-hop for bad things that happen in society. When you see a genre you love and you've contributed so much to be a blame for a lot of people, how do you respond to that? Is it easy to blame hip-hop?
The world always had good and bad. It's gonna always be that, you know. If somebody write about it, you know what I'm saying, put it in a history book or report about it on the news, what's the difference if somebody rap about it? You know what I'm saying? All we doing is, music is nothing but a reflection of life. Art is nothing but a reflection of life. So if life give you nothing but bad, then people gonna talk about bad. But there's a whole bunch of people who do hip hop that only talk about good.
Define trap music.
Easy. Trap music is just an expression of what's going on in the trap, what's going on in the street. It's like the mind of a hustler. It's like, you know, it's the urban community. It's like, it ain't even no glitz and glamour. It's just real. You know what I'm saying? It's like a real, like somebody painting a portrait of what they see and what they growed up in, having hopes and dreams of making it out of them.
Kind of describe the Atlanta hip-hop scene right now.
I feel like Atlanta hip-hop scene is like, it's like the Mecca, you know what I'm saying? It's like what everybody watch and what everybody follow and what everybody imitate. So I feel like we just the trendsetters right now. Everybody's following the Atlanta lead, from the producers, from the rappers, from the designers, you know what I'm saying? From the artists, everything that we do, they copy.
And I wasn't going to ask this, but I see 3 chains that say 1017. What is 1017?
1017 is my granddaddy's address in Alabama, where I was born at. And I always represent 1017 because it's just a little shotgun house on a little dirt road, but it just keeps me grounded. You know what I'm saying? It's just a constant reminder every day of, you know, when I was young and broken, going up and down that dirt road with no shoes on, and we didn't have nothing.
And how many hit songs do you have on the radio right now? How many songs are on the Billboard right now? Because you just keep generating hits. It's like...
I'm on fire right now.
You on fire. How many hit songs do you have right now? Can you even count them all?
I got 2 in the top 10. Both is number 7, and the song I got with Chris Brown is like number 3. But by the end of about 2-3 months from now, I should have about 6 or 7.
How does that feel? It all started with just another day in the East Atlanta 6, right?
Yeah, it started.
Set my dunks on Julius.
I set my dunks on Julius.
That's where it all started.
Oh, that's where it started. I feel like you do what you do it for. You know what I'm saying? I could have, like a lot of my peers, even in some of the people that you name, A lot of them fell off. For whatever reason, you know what I'm saying, people just moved on to the next hot artist. For you to be still relevant 12 years after you started, and it's bigger than what you were doing 12 years, you know, it's like, at the same time, it feels good, but at the same time, it's a lot of work I put in to get here. So, you know, ain't nothing like doing something and being rewarded for it and people appreciating it. You know what I'm saying? It just makes you keep going.
That's right, Gucci. Gucci Mane. Thank you so much for this nice long interview. And coming up, the Grammy Award-winning recording artist Usher performs a new song off of his new album, Coming Home. And plus, he has an interview coming your way, so please don't miss it when Fresh Talk returns in a few minutes.
Traverses the winding escalator. It is an American test car, showing its ability to perform with some of the world's best. It is the new Buick Electra, tested and confirmed on the demanding roads of Germany, and now ready for the ultimate test. The new Buick Electra, with front-wheel drive and fully independent suspension, we put it to the test. Now it's your turn. Buick, the official car of the 1984 Olympic Games.
We're back. Our next musical guest is American singer, songwriter, dancer, and a Grammy Award-winning artist. He is recognized as an influential figure in contemporary R&B and pop music. He released his self-titled album at the age of 16 and then rose to fame in the 90s through 2020s. He has 4 number 1 albums on the Billboard 200, 9 number 1s on the Billboard Hot 100, 10 top 10s, 7 top 20s, and 9 top 40s. He came in to perform concerts, TV appearances, daytime, late night, and on tours. And also, he won 8 Grammy Awards, 18 Billboard Music Awards, 12 Soul Train Music Awards, and 8 American Music Awards. Now, his new album, Coming Home, marks the 5th number 1 album on the Billboard Top Album Sales Chart. And he has an interview in a moment. But right now, performing his top 40 hit, reaching number 25, Good, good. Ladies and gentlemen, Usher.
Charm, right? This is my third time being here, but this is our first time as Black Magic being here in the live lounge, BBC Radio 1. So, hey man, without further ado, let's go and get into it. Sticks, can you bring us in on drums, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, just that new bounce. Are we good? Are we good on keys, ladies and gentlemen? D Cobbs. On bass, Dimitri. Guitar, Qwon. Yeah. To the left of me, my horns. Will, Melvin, Mike, Black Magic. Yeah, I hate that we can make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. But that don't mean that I can wish you better. We ain't good, but we're still good. I realize that I can be a lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still good. Listen, who knew it'd be like this? Usually my exes turn to enemies, but this is different. Cause we didn't get closer now that you ain't with me. All that love that we had, ain't no way we gon' forget that. And your family love me like I'm family. You know where you stand with me. So when they say, tell them, right one, can't say. But you always been a real one. Even though we ain't together, it was real love. And baby, it's still love. I hate that we ain't make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. But that don't mean that I can wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good. I realize that I can be your lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but break it down, listen. If you got somebody and you know that it's wrong, you stay cause you love them, but you know you need to move on, tell them. I think it'll be better if it ends, cause I can love you better as a friend. Got somebody and that ain't what you want. You tried everything, but it ain't gonna work. Just tell them, I don't wanna lose you as a friend. So this relationship gonna have to end. Oh, I hate that we ain't make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. Don't mean I can't wish you better. We still good. I realize that I can be your lover. No, honest with each other. When you find another, still good. Exclusive. We gonna do something different right now. This is called a good mix. You ready? Oh, are we good, or just good? Good. Are we good? Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to two people you may be familiar with. UK's finest voices. Serena Prince. Yes. You gonna start this off with me? Let them know how you feel, baby. Yeah. You sound good. Yeah. Tenny Tinks, UK's finest. Say hello. Hey.
So we good. Yeah. Good.
Are we good, or just good? Will it be alright if we talk about it? Are we good, or just good? We ain't good, but we still good. I hate that we ain't make it to forever. Probably ain't getting back together. That don't mean that I can wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good. I realize that I can be your lover. Just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still good. Who knew it'd be like this? Usually my exes turn to enemies, but this is different. Cause we done got closer now that you ain't with me. All that love that we had, ain't no way we gon' forget that. And your family love me like I'm family. You know when you stand with me somewhere in the ass, tell them right one. Can't say didn't try. But you always been a real one, even though we ain't together. It was real love, baby, it's still love. I hate that we can't make it to forever. We probably ain't getting back together, but that don't mean that I can't wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good. I realize that I can't be your lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still break it down. If you got somebody and you know that it's wrong, you stay cause you love them, but you know that it's wrong. Tell them, I think it'll be better if it ends. Cause I can love you better as a friend. You got somebody and it ain't what you want. Tried everything, but it ain't gonna work. Just tell them, I don't wanna lose you as a friend. This relationship gon' have to end. Oh, I hate that we ain't make it to forever. We probably ain't getting back together, but that don't mean that I can't wish you better. We ain't good, but we still good. I realize that I can be a lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other. I'll be happy for you when you find another. We ain't good, but we still good. Good, or just good. It's good enough. We ain't good. We ain't good, but we still good. Yeah, we good, or just good. Are we good, or just good? Are we good, or just good? We ain't good, but we still good. Yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. We just decided to do something, fresh just for the UK. We ain't good, but we still good.
Stick around, more Usher on the way. Next, when First Talk returns. After this, to the word from our sponsors.
A poem. Cats, are people too. So why don't they have treats like people do? But ta-da! Bonkers is here now at last to end the forgotten cat's treatless fast. Bonkers is a cat's very own between-meal snack with 6 ounces of liver in every 4-ounce pack. Oh, Bonkers, you give treat-starved cats a love attack. One question, though. How do they get 6 ounces of liver in a 4-ounce pack?
Morning. Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
We've been serving up good mornings for as long as anyone knows. So when it comes to morning, is there really any other way to go? The best part of morning is we serve it any time of the day.
As a business person, you know that many times he who hesitates is lost. That's why you need a financial institution that can react to your needs quickly. At West Bank, all of our commercial loan officers are authorized to make decisions on most loan requests without checking with anyone. No committees, no higher-ups, no delays. Just quick, honest answers. For a bank that reacts to your needs quickly, Bank West Bank. We don't fit the mold.
We're back now. The Grammy Award-winning artist Usher has an interview with CBS News correspondent Tracy Smith to talk about his successful residency, the impending release of his studio album Coming Home, and how he's preparing for the performance of a lifetime as the headliner of the 2024 Super Bowl halftime show. But let's watch and see what he has to say.
Look at that view.
Yeah, it's nice.
You might say that Usher has the world at his feet these days. From his home near Las Vegas, he can see the site of next week's Super Bowl, and a moment he's dreamed of for most of his professional life.
Super Bowl. Have you, over the years, looked at that and said, I want to be there?
You know, everybody says they want to win a Grammy or they want to win an Oscar or a Tony or an Emmy. The Super Bowl is something that everybody wants to play, you know? And here it is. It happened.
And it only took 30 years. In case he's not on your personal playlist, Usher is a global superstar.
Here we go.
Who's won 8 Grammys, sold many millions of records, and created what is essentially the romantic soundtrack of a generation. And for the past year or so, he's been the hottest ticket in Las Vegas, with a residency that surpassed all expectations, on stage and on wheels. For Usher, it's all about putting in the work. Even after his show opened, he'd still practice hard, instead of just skating his way through it all.
I don't sleep that much.
How many hours a night would you say?
On average, I say maybe 4.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, yeah. But it's good. You know, my creativity just doesn't allow me to really stop. You know, it's just like
always going.
Always going.
I know you're a student of music history, of entertainment history. How much do you think about the greats who have come to this town before?
They're always in the front of my mind. I mean, the heart's history of, you know, African Americans who had to perform here and couldn't go through the actual casinos. Now to be here with the residency, it's like, man, what a whirlwind.
Yo, nice seeing you in a minute. A whirlwind, indeed. Born in 1978 and raised in Chattanooga, then Atlanta, Usher Raymond IV started singing where so many greats got their start, the church choir. With his mother, Janetta Patton, by his side, he entered talent shows and would sing just about anywhere he could find an audience.
I was the artist, right, who basically stood on the corner and sang songs for change, right? I didn't have the opportunity to kind of sit down and play guitar, but I could sing. I didn't actually collect change. I wish I would have. At least got paid for what I was doing.
He was still a teen when he caught the eye of big-time music producer L.A. Reid.
I managed to impress him so much so that he asked me to be, you know, his first, solo male artist, right?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He signed you on the spot.
Yeah. On the spot.
She likes it my way.
75 million records later, he's one of the biggest names in the business. And as of last May, an honorary doctor from Boston's Berklee College of Music.
I'm the Usher that everybody knows now. And trust me, it wasn't easy having that name as a kid.
Usher got that name from his father, Usher Raymond III, who left home when his son was still young. The two reconnected years later, shortly before the elder Usher died of liver disease.
When you became famous, you tracked down your dad.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
We had some good conversations that maybe helped me understand and maybe remedy some of the pain that I felt. I feel resolved about it because I did get some answers that I needed. I was conceived in love, regardless to whether my mother and father managed to make it. I know they loved each other, and I was a love child.
That was the answer you were looking for?
That was one piece of it. The other half had a lot to do with, why? Was it something I did? Was it something that was done?
You thought as a kid, was it something that I did?
Or did you just not want me? Was I not good enough? Was I not worthy enough of your actual presence, but I was giving your name? All of these things. And the one thing that he told me that was most valuable is, where I know I couldn't be there for you, I prayed that God could. So, man, I was like, wow, that's okay. Get it.
Safe to say his dad would be proud. Usher's album Confessions went diamond, meaning more than 10 million copies sold.
I realize that I can be a lover. Let's just keep it honest with each other.
And he's already trying to top it. This week, he'll release his 9th studio album, Coming Home, just 2 days before his appearance at the Super Bowl. Talk about having a moment. He says the real challenge was keeping his Super Bowl appearance a secret from his kids.
There was like a moment in time where your kids were saying, Dad, you should do the Super Bowl, and you knew you were doing the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah. As of August the 11th, I knew. And I had to keep it a secret up until the grand unveiling for the world, and I couldn't let my kids know. So, like, any kind of documents I'm receiving, we had like a code word that we would only talk on the telephone to let it be known that we're discussing Utah,
Was that the code word, Utah?
That was code word.
And when you were able to tell your family, what was the reaction?
That's funny, because my kids were like, Dad, you should play the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, really? That's a good idea. Might want to pray about that. You should pray about that, man. If you feel like I really deserve it, man, let's just say a prayer together. So I'm like, but it was the sweetest treat, right? To know it was like Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Your kids, you don't get a chance to surprise your kids that often anymore. It's like there's no fantasy moments.
But their prayers were answered.
Their prayers were answered. Yeah.
A few of his prayers will be answered too. Usher actually dropped into the big show in 2011 with the Black Eyed Peas, but being the headliner himself is a pretty big leap. Usher says he hasn't settled on what comes next. He's testing the waters of a few different options.
Oh yeah, it's good more.
Is it warm?
It's super hot.
Ooh, oh my gosh, that's nice.
He says his family always comes first, but right now there's another all-consuming thought. He's got a show to do.
I think I have done the job of 40 men. I have got to figure out how to get some rest after the Super Bowl.
You're saying that, but you're actually not going to.
I'll manage to get some sleep. Now, I got to talk to you about future tour. I got to talk to you about future residency and other things like that. It's like, I'll consider all of that after the Super Bowl. I told you, I don't really choose to celebrate that much because I'm always on to the next, right? Well, this moment I'm going to celebrate. This moment I'll be celebrating for the last 30 years of hard work that I put in and the time that I know I'm going to put in specifically for this performance. But I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to relax and I'm going to enjoy it.
Thanks to Usher for the amazing interview. You can listen to his new album, Coming Home, which is available now on iTunes and in stores now. And don't forget, Usher's tour past, present, future will be going on in August through May, which will start on August 14th, 16th, and 17th, right here at State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. You don't want to miss it for the whole summer. And when we come back, we will wrap this show up right after the break.
Every day, a part of work, a part of play. Cookies, people together, refreshment and fun. Always good, always real, and for everyone. Cookies, the place that comes on big and bold. Cookies, the one that comes through icy cold. Cookies, for everybody, young and old. Cookies, part of me, part of you, part of all.
Do you want to buy a phone? It's cheaper than AT&T.
What you really need is cheap long distance.
And of course, our business systems are cheaper than AT&T. You won't get anything this cheap from AT&T.
Everyone's saying they're cheaper than AT&T, but nobody's saying they're better. All they can say is that they're cheaper. To which we say, you get what you pay for.
As you watch, Revlon launches a new conditioner so scientifically advanced it can change its action as it conditions day by day. It's called HDR Conditioner for hair's daily requirement. Perms, heat-damaged shampoos can change hair's requirements. So HDR changes to add the right amount of body shine manageability to make your hair the best it can be day by day. New HDR Conditioner and HDR Shampoo, your hair's daily requirement from Revlon.
Thanks to Deion Sanders, Gucci Mane, and Usher for making the night to an ending, and I appreciate the black men who interviewed on the show. And next week, we have John Larroquette, John Cryer, and Tyler are going to be on First Talk, so please, you don't want to miss the fun. Until then, I'm Qwon Moses. Thanks for watching, and we'll look forward to see you next week. Good night.